More Wagner fighters move closer to Polish border, Poland PM says.
Here's a summary of the article.
Warsaw, July 29. A group of 100 soldiers from the Russian Wagner group have moved closer to the Belarusian city of Grodno near the Polish border, Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki said on Saturday. Earlier this month, Poland began moving more than 1,000 troops to the east of the country amid rising concerns that the presence of Wagner fighters in Belarus could lead to increased tension on its border. The situation is getting increasingly dangerous. Most likely they will be disguised as the Belarusian border guard and help illegal migrants get to the Polish territory, destabilize Poland, Morawiecki said at a press conference in Gliwice, western Poland. However, he did not give the source of his information on the Wagner movements, and Anton Motolko, founder of the Belarusian opposition Hagen project which monitors military activity in the country, told Reuters his group had not seen any evidence of the Wagner group moving closer to Grodno. Advertisements scroll to continue. The city has a potentially significant position given it is near the Suwałki Gap, a strategic strip of land along the Polish-Lithuanian border, which divides Belarus, Russia's ally, from the Russian enclave of Kaliningrad. Earlier in July, Wagner chief Yevgeny Prigozhin was shown in a video welcoming his fighters to Belarus, telling them they would take no further part in the Ukraine war for now but ordering them to gather their strength for Africa, where they are involved in a number of conflicts, while they train the Belarusian army. Advertisements scroll to continue the following day. Some Wagner fighters arrived at the training ground of the 38th Airborne Assault Brigade outside the city of Brest, just a few miles from the Polish border. Wagner's move to Belarus was part of a deal that ended the group's mutiny attempt in June, when they took control of a Russian military headquarters, marched on Moscow and threatened to tip Russia into civil war, President Vladimir Putin has said.
This post received a score of 8,500, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Well, they are gonna get squashed faster than a 3-day special military operation.
Agreed. Poland is probably in the running to be one of the most capable land armies in Europe. This has to be saber-rattling because I just don't see Russia being able to fight effectively on two fronts.
I remember reading the Navy SEAL Chris Kyle's book American Sniper. He worked with a lot of different special forces units from around the world in Iraq. Out of all of them, he singled out the Polish GROM as being the most well-trained and effective soldiers he had ever seen. He was in all of them.
Poland has learned that if your country is on the road to somewhere important, you need more than just traffic cops.
God damn, IDK if I'm allowed to laugh.
6 million deaths in WW2.
The number itself doesn't do it justice. Emo, 1 out of every 5 Polish citizens. To put it in perspective.
Look at all these scary people at your border. Please stop supporting Ukraine, please.
This is exactly it. Or at the very least Putin is hoping resources will be diverted away from Ukraine in order to bolster Poland's defenses. This is also a good deal for Wagner, Prigozhin, because they can sit and get paid to get drunk on the border without any casualties. But the real story here is that Putin is still relying heavily on mercenaries that tried to overthrow his government just a few weeks ago. That is pathetic and weak.
Looks like they want a repeat of Syria circa 2017. Hey, are these Russian Wagner dummies yours? They're 100 yards away from our fortified position. Niet, comrade Definitely Niet OYRS. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and smash them with artillery strikes then, since it sounds like you're cool with that.
Don't forget the overwhelming show of force via air support too. Although TBF, the US was only able to send in air support because the RU mod agreed to disable their R in the area. You know, since the guys on the ground weren't theirs, but instead were Wagner.
The US can disable RUR almost as easily as the Russians can, if they want to.
We can turn it off permanently or they can turn it off for a few hours. Their choice.
It's gotta be nothing but pointless saber-rattling. A feint for something else. Nobody over there could actually be crazy enough to start WW3. Or am I just being too optimistic?
Wagner can attack whenever they want. F-22 Raptor is waiting for them on the skies of Poland, and based on what happened in Syria when Wagner encountered an F-22. Well, let's say that things didn't go Wagner's way. United States Air Force is very present in Poland.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.